Basketball is back, and BetOnline remains the number one source for all your sports betting needs this season. You'll always find the latest odds, team matchup info, player news, and game trends at BetOnline. And as your continued source for all sports wagering information, BetOnline features live betting, free contests, and giveaways all season long. Always the fastest and easiest way to bet all your favorite sports and events, whether that's NFL, NBA, NHL, MMA, tennis, boxing, or even golf. Head to betonline.ag to join and receive your 50% welcome bonus with your first deposit. Make sure to use promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, to receive your rewards. Bet online, where the game starts. All righty, guys, we are live with yet another episode of the What's in Your Bag podcast presented by Bet Online. And today we have a special guest, man. We got one of my brothers. We go way, way back, Edosh days. You know what I'm saying? Greenbelt Rec Gym days. One of my closest friends, man, Marcquise Reed, man. So, Marcquise, thank you for coming on with us today.
Already appreciate y'all for having me, man.
No doubt, man. And for the people who don't know, like I said, man, Marcquise is man, we go way back, bro. You know what I'm saying? Back to them days before. None of us had none of this overseas stuff, none of this D1 stuff, man. It's been a journey, man. And for you, I can remember back in high school, man, you led the area in scoring as a senior, back at what was it called back then? Was it Capital Christian?
Yeah, it was Capital Christian. They went from Princeton Day to Capital Christian.
Yeah. So I remember, you led the area in scoring, but at this point you still didn't have any offers, man. And then you ended up going to Robert Morris, making it to Clemson, becoming an all ACC guard, man. So just talk me through that process, man. But before we get to the overseas stuff, you know what I'm saying? All the buckets, talk me through that beginning time, man, when you kind of had to go from getting it out the mud and then just that process that happened over the next 2 years.
Sure, man. Growing up, PG County, it's hoopers everywhere, bro. Like outside, you go to the rec, you go to the blacktop, there's hoopers. So you competing against a lot of competition out there. So the window is very small. So, what I'm saying, they get overlooked. So it's a lot of guys from my area, man, that got overlooked. That then go D1 and then go D2, but can hoop. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Uncle Scoob, pure example. Uncle Scoob be getting it done.
Facts.
Getting it done.
Facts.
Uncle Scoob getting it done. That's an example right there. But you know what I'm saying? So I led the area in scoring in the senior year. I ain't had that many offers. I think I had one offer. Yeah, I had one offer, Florida Gulf Coast. I was about to go. I committed to Florida Gulf Coast, and then the coaches end up leaving, and they end up going to USC in California. So that offer was off the table, and then I was just trying to figure it out, man. So I think I end up tapping in with Brick, with the whole E-Days organization, and he plugged in with like coaches and scouts and things like that. So I went to a few open gyms, a few coaches in there, caught the eyes of some coaches, and then Robert Morris that came. I ended up taking that offer. I know I wanted to go D1, so I was like, man, first round I'm getting them out. I'm from the church. I gotta get out. I gotta go somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So I took that Robert Morris offer, and it panned out well for me. I got the freshman of the year. I think I made second team all NEC, and then we won the championship. Went to the NCAA tournament, so that was a real productive and successful year. Like out of nothing though, like that wasn't even supposed to be. So, what I'm saying? It's just all about opportunity for people where we from. You get the opportunity, like you're gonna seize the moment.
Yep.
So that's where it went from as far as my first years of college, and then I also had a good year, and I transferred to Clemson. Had to sit out a year, and then my sophomore year, I came off the bench. Was runner up for sixth man of the year. I think I averaged like 10 points or 11 points off the bench, and that was like the highest in Clemson history for somebody coming off the bench. So I did that, and then we went to NIT that year, and then my redshirt junior year, that's when we had a big year. We went to Sweet 16. I think we finished fourth in the ACC or third in one of them. We played in the tournament. We played New Mexico State first round, got them out of there. Played Auburn, put the whooping on them. Then we played Kansas, lost in the Sweet 16. So yeah, that was one of my best years of college for sure. You know what I'm saying? We had a great team. We had Sheldon Mitchell, Dante Grantham, Elijah Thomas, Gabe DeVoe. We had Mark Donnell transfer from Michigan, David Scarver transfer from Vaporo, and that school.
Valparaiso, yep.
Yeah, Valparaiso, yeah. So and we had some good freshmen that was locked in and wanted to help out. So that was a real good year right there. And then everything just translated to the pro level where I'm at now. I spent 3 years in France, and now I'm in Italy. So everything panning out, how God wanted it.
You mentioned earlier, just growing up in PG and what that was like. A lot of people don't know that it's home to a lot of the richest Black people in America. A lot of people don't know that. So kind of talk to us about what that meant growing up in PG County, what the hoop scene was like, any maybe mentors that you came across that you kind of keep in contact through all your destinations, Clemson, Italy, everything.
Yeah. So growing up in PG County, it was fun, man. Like just going outside, to playing, getting into sports, getting into trouble, just little kid stuff. But it's all like embracing the culture. Like the culture is just so, like you gotta be from there to understand. You know what I'm saying? We got different little things. Like we got the go, like just going outside. Like Drew, like where we going? Like we go to La Pearl, what CFP? Where we at? You know what I'm saying? So it's just little fun things like that to do to like occupy time. And then we got a lot of like rec centers. So you just go there and hoop all day. Like I remember being like 8, 9 years old. I just go to rec, just post up at the rec all day. Ain't nothing else to do. You know what I'm saying? So just enjoying that part of life, and then linking up with guys that you grew up with, and just to see like they want to do the same thing that you want to do in life. So it's rare that you find those dudes, but when you do, like you got, keep them close. And then as far as like the mentorship, like my first real mentor was really Rick. Like that's my first real mentor. That's why I still talk to him to this day. Like we talk every day, we're in a group chat, and he just be giving me advice every day on different situations, basketball, life outside of basketball, fatherhood, things like that. And my grandfather, he was another big inspiration to me. He's the one always taking me to AAU practice, rec ball practice. He was the one ripping and running for me, like as far as like sports and anything off the court. So that was pretty much my upbringing right there.
Now you touched a little bit on in your first response, just talking about that Sweet 16 run that you guys had at Clemson. And for most people, when they think of Clemson, right, the first thing they think of is football, and national championships and all that kind of stuff. So for you going to a football school, man, and like taking them to the Sweet 16, like what was that time like for you on campus? What was the vibes like? What was that accomplishment like for you? Just looking back on it now, because it's been like 3 or 4 years now. So looking back, just what does that accomplishment mean to you?
So like when I first went there, bro, I didn't know nothing about nothing. Like all I knew they was in the ACC for hoops. Like I didn't know how big football was, sports was in general. Yeah. So I went to my first football game. I'm there with my teammates and stuff. And they just naming everybody. They're like, "Oh yeah, that's Deshaun Watson. Like, that's Mike Williams." Like naming all these big time players. I ain't know nothing about it. I'm like, "Damn, we really nice like that." They're like, "Yeah." So then I think that year they end up winning the national championship. So camp is going crazy. You got like 5 teams ranked in the top 10. Like I ain't experienced nothing like that. I'm coming from a mid-major. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming from small high schools. Like, so all this new to me. It's like a whole culture shock, but I'm embracing it. Like I'm having fun. Like that was some of the like funnest times in my life. Like at Clemson for sure.
So then, sorry, wait. So then, when y'all made the Sweet 16, like after that, did y'all feel the love on campus? Was the fans still like, all right, that's lit, or was it kind of like, all right, the football school, way we're tripping off basketball, going to Sweet 16? Like,
oh, no. They were showing love, bro. Like everywhere we went, like they taking pictures, like you signed their autographs, like everywhere you go, the love was there. It was genuine too. Like even the love from the football team, like Dabo, like he'll come and talk to us before the games, like they wanted us to like do good, like because like it has been so long since like success from the basketball program. So like when it happened, like it was like yes, like finally, like so.
Yeah,
So now the love was real for sure.
that's dope.
So when you first got there, do you think you experienced like any issues gelling with the team coming in as a transfer, or do you think that transition was pretty easy just with you all, everyone's able to relate with basketball. That's the common thing that you have too, but just because
Yeah,
teammates doesn't mean that there's a friendship there. So like how did that go kind of transferring in that transition?
yeah. I say like my first year I went there, the team, like my first 2 years there. So my first year I had to sit out, and then my second year that was my first year playing. So those first 2 years, I don't think like the guys on the team like they like we was cool with each other, but we wasn't like close like you supposed to be like on those championship teams. Like the feeling like when like everybody like your brother and stuff. Like we had some like groups like separation, but like when you're on the court, like obviously we went to the war, but like we wasn't as close as like that Sweet 16 team. And like you could just tell the difference between those teams. And that's like that's why we were so good my junior year, because how close we were like on and off the court. Like that matters like on the court. Like as far as like if you look at the long term goal as far as like championships and winning and things like that.
Now, so kind of fast forward from Clemson, man. Like I said, you had a great career there. You were one of the top scorers in the ACC. Took Clemson to a Sweet 16, ended up scoring over 2,000 points over the totality of your college career.
Yeah.
You're coming out and you end up playing summer league with the Pistons, if I remember correctly, your first year. And you ended up going overseas to France in your first year. But I kind of want to talk about it, man, because a lot of guys in your position, man, like coming from a Power Five, coming from all ACC, come off the career that you had, they're like, man, I'm going to the league. Like I'm chasing that G League. I'm forcing my way to the league one way or another. And you've been a guy, despite you the summer league opportunity and despite the career you had, I mean, you made a career overseas, and I mean, you've been playing at a high level literally from the first year you stepped over there. So for
Yeah.
you, man, like what was that process like for you, man? Like, damn, like, all right, I'm coming from being, one of the guys in all.
Yeah.
Should I chase the league, like, or should I go overseas?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what's that thought process like for you? What was that time period like for you at that time?
Yeah. I knew I always want to play professionally. You know what I'm saying? Like my dream was always, go to the NBA. And with my resume, like I would think I should be there or would be there. But you know what I'm saying? God got his path for everybody. And I wasn't gonna like beat myself up on like trying to get in the league. Like it's either they wanted me or they didn't. Like I want to go where I want it at the end of the day. Like I love playing basketball, but I want to be out there having fun and being somewhere where I want it. Like I want to be at a home. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't feel like I should have to chase somebody down to be in your home. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's the whole feeling as far as like that NBA stuff. Like I did my workouts. I had some really good workouts. Summer league, I didn't get a fair chance opportunity, so I didn't really get the whole experience like I should have. You know what I'm saying? So at the summer league, like it really just threw me off from the league, bro. Like I really not gonna give me a chance, bro. Like I'm second team ACC, like third lead school in the ACC behind Zion and RJ Barrett. Like there's no way like a guy like that don't get a chance. And I looked up dudes from before that made second team ACC or third. Anybody who made all ACC like got a chance on the NBA team, like whether it was summer league, training camp, or something. You know what I'm saying? So that was just weird to me that it ain't happened like that. But like I said, everybody path different, so I was gonna beat myself up about it. And then, so after the summer league, my agent was saying some teams like we can wait to get a Exhibit 10 or whatever. And I said I wasn't doing like the normal G League. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't selling for like the normal G League. Like I'm past that.
Right.
So I was I gave him a deadline, and I ain't had nothing about a deadline. So I told him see what they can do overseas, and I gave him a number that I wanted, and I told him to come back when he got it. So he got some, and he had like 3 deals, and then the one that stuck out to me was France, because I've been taking French since like 7th or 8th grade. That's like 8th grade. I'm taking French. So it's crazy how it worked out like that. Like that's kind of like my comfort zone outside of English. So the know what's good. And I heard the French league is like the closest thing to the NBA outside of the Australian league, the NBL. So I was like, man, why not? I go out there, take a chance, do what I gotta do. And I was hungry too. Like I wanted to play. Like I wanted to hoop. I wanted to like be a pro. So that it just felt like that. I went over there, did what I had to do. Like I was like 16 and like 4, like 3 my first year. Ended up setting myself up for now. So that first year definitely paved the way for my career.
So a lot of people, they don't really realize, how much money there is to be made overseas, or just like the overall perks of, going overseas. It's always NBA, NBA, but there's overseas as well. So I can kind of walk us through some of those perks of, choosing to go the overseas route.
Oh yeah, you go overseas, man. They take care of you, like especially in the right situation. I ain't gonna say every country take care of you, but most of the high levels and the so levels they take care of you for the most part. So the perks is you get a car, you get a crib, whether it's a house, you got a family or apartment. You get health insurance, which most people don't got. You get they pay for your food on the road. You know what I'm saying? You get physical therapy. You get all that type of stuff. So you really don't. I mean, you spend your money on what food, gas. Other than that, you ain't paying no rent. You ain't paying for Wi-Fi. You ain't paying no cable bill. You ain't paying nothing. Everything tax free. All your money tax free. So you're getting all your money. And yeah, so most overseas contracts be more than standard G League contracts. So I just say my advice: if you love basketball, you love the game, that overseas not a bad route. You know what I'm saying?
Now, kind of speaking on that, you just welcomed a new addition into your family. Got a baby fresh into the world now. You got your family over there in Italy with you. For people who kind of don't know how to navigate that, or just like, for you, like, what was that process like talking to the team? Like, all right, man, like, can you guys accommodate my family? And then also, what's that just been like being able to have your family over there with you, man? Because me, I'm over here in Japan, solo dolo with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And just a lot of lonely nights over here. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
for you, just talk about what that's like, man, being able to have that comfort zone to lean on and stuff like
yeah,
that while you over the water.
yeah. No, it's needed, bro. Especially like mentally and physically. Like just coming home and knowing that like your your girl there, or your son, or your daughter waiting on you. Like that's what you're looking forward to after like practice and games and stuff like that. It's the first thing you want to see or talk to is your family. Like family, all we got for real. So just having them here is just a whole stress reliever. Knowing like I can just come home and touch them after a long day. You know what I'm saying? So like my first 3 years, I was overseas by myself. So I was doing the long distance thing. Like wifey would come out there time to time, but she never stayed out there like full time. So this is her first time full time, and we adjusting, but like we we loving it because like we get to see each other every day. You know what I'm saying? So they're just having that support there. When you're not playing good, doing the good and the bad, just to have that support there is needed for sure.
So it's a lot of newness, that comes along with overseas. Everything is new, language, culture, everything. And, Italy is known a lot for its food. So is there anything that you tried over there that you might have been like, I'm not really feeling it. I'm not really trying to try it, but you tried it and you ended up liking it? Or just
Yeah.
any type of food that you've had that has been pretty good?
Hey, did I try anything? Did I say I was gonna try? I can't remember. Oh yeah. I don't really be eating like red sauce pastas, but in Italy I've been trying the red sauce pastas. Like what did I get? It was like a seafood pasta, but they had red sauce in it. So I've been trying that. Um, what else? I feel like I tried something else. I can't
Or
remember.
maybe like the best meal you've had since you've been there, like something along those lines.
The best meal I had. Well, the best meal in France I had. I'm gonna start by France. I was there first. It's in Paris. This is a restaurant called Ziti. And they got like this bomb pizza, bro. Bomb pizza. And it's an Italian restaurant. It has bomb pizza and they got pasta. So like you can build your own pasta, but it's like an Alfredo, but they don't call it Alfredo. They don't call nothing Alfredo overseas. Like
Yeah, I was
that
about to say
shit fake.
Alfredo was a super American thing, bro. They don't, I came over.
Yeah,
I was in Milan during the fever break last year. I'm looking at the menu. I'm like, I'm
yeah,
about to try pasta right away. Look at the
yeah.
menu. Ain't nothing even close to Alfredo at all.
Nothing. But they got something similar to the Alfredo. So that's probably my favorite meal in France. And then Italy, my favorite restaurant food so far was we got the steakhouse here called Don English. And the steak is A1. Like the meats overseas, pause, is like way better than the steaks. Cause like it's no preservatives, none of that. Like
It's leaner.
everything fresh. Yep. So
Okay. Okay. How quick follow up. So for people, man, like everybody hype when they talk about Italy. Oh, the pasta, the pizza. Has the pasta and the pizza in Italy lived up to the hype of the Italian allure?
you said yeah?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Right, you said yeah. I mean, I had some good pasta here, but I shoot. I don't think it ain't better than the best joint at the crib for sure. I don't think so.
Bruh.
Yeah, I don't think so.
That's
Huh?
a hot take.
Is it true? You said not true? So the pasta here is better than the pasta
You're
home?
making your own pasta. You're not trying pasta that's authentically Italian. You do it, create your own everywhere we go.
What's
I
wifey
agree.
saying for the folks that so
She says it's better. She says it's better here.
okay.
She says better here.
Okay.
I don't know. I might be biased because I can't put her all that stuff. I can't put all the stuff in it that I do at the crib. It's good though. It's good for sure.
Okay.
You know, we just grew up on it for so long though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you get something different, you like, dang, it's all right, but it ain't what I'm used to.
Facts.
It's good though.
Do you want to go to mismatch or
Yeah. Let's get in the match and mismatch. So all right, Keith, man, we got a dope segment, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, we're gonna get into the we're gonna get into your brand a little bit, but first, you know, we want to ask you some fashion segments, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You've played in France and Italy, man. You know, two of the most fashionable countries, two of the most fashionable. You mentioned Paris just now. I seen your flicks on the gram. You was posting Milan. You know what I'm saying? So, what's the fashion been like out there, man, in Paris and Italy? Like, are there any trends that you've seen out there that you like? All right, they kind of fly out here. Like, you know, what are some stuff that you notice just about the overseas drip that you can tell the folks?
Paris is the flyest city in the world to
I
me.
beg to differ. Because
The drip is crazy.
listen. Hey, you know Stanton Kid? You know Stanton Kid? He's from around the
Yeah,
way.
yeah, I know.
Yeah. We just had a podcast with him, episode 2. We was talking about the Tokyo drip. I think Tokyo might be the most drippiest city in the world. I ain't gonna lie.
Tokyo drippy?
Drippy. Drippy.
Hey.
My bad. I should have cut the guest off, but I had to throw that out there. I'm biased. You know what I'm saying? I'm biased. So I had to throw it out there. I want to let you finish your statement. My fault, bro.
Yeah. No, but Paris though, like everybody be dressing up that joint, bro. Like from the shoes. As soon as they come out the womb, they dressing. Like they dressing, bro. I'm telling you. Like it's stuff like you never even seen before. Like, dang, what's this brand? Like, with so many brands I be seeing, like when people walk past, I'm like, bro, like what are they wearing? Like I'm trying to be in that. Like I be thinking I be fleet, bro. They be really fleety, bro. They really got that out there for sure.
Okay.
People working at McDonald's, they working at McDonald's. They got on their whole McDonald's suit with some Balenciagas. Like crazy, bro. Like it's stuff like that. Like they really do it out there. They do it out there.
I think I heard too that the McDonald's out there is a little different. Like it's not like the American McDonald's on Largo Road. Like, what is the
No.
what is the difference?
Definitely not like the McDonald's on Largo Road. The McDonald's overseas be busting. Like it's a restaurant. Like people really take their families there for dinner.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Like for real. Like
I got a fear. I have yet to go to a McDonald's outside of the airport overseas. Like, I didn't go when I was in Portugal. Haven't gone to Japan. Like, yeah, I don't really be eating McDonald's like that. People be saying you should try it. So
it's busting, bro. It's the best McDonald's ever, bro. You will never look back. I don't eat McDonald's like that in the crib, but overseas, bro.
You never. I might just gotta try it, bro, for the experience. I might just gotta do it.
Yeah, I heard too. They have like all the menu items, like all the even from like
wings.
Wraps,
they
like,
got
everything.
wings, bro. They got wings out here, bro.
McDonald's wings is crazy.
Wings going crazy. They got spice. I was in the Netherlands. We had a game in the Netherlands. They had chicken tenders and they had the spicy McChicken.
Hey.
Like they was going stupid, bro. Spicy McChicken going stupid. No.
Now, dope. So, have you bought any like unique pieces like that's kind of unique to Italy or France? Like for example, in Japan right now, like what's in out here is like the oversized stuff is like super in, like the oversized like the bell bottom pants, or like how we do like similar to the essential hoodies and stuff like that. People out here are super into that in Japan, and like I had to go to Zara, cop a little fit. You know what I'm saying? That was the flick I threw on the gram last week. But for you. Was there any pieces you kind of seen people were like, oh, that's dope. I'm gonna try to get with that a little bit, like as far as the fashion scene.
Yeah, for sure. It's a couple brands I done copped out Paris. Like one of my brands, what's it called? Jacquemus. Jacquemus' brand. I gotta get
that's crazy. Yo, you know what's crazy, bro? This is a real story, bro. It's a real story. So I'm in Milan last year for Fashion Week, bro. So I knew this promoter through one of my homies. He plugged me in. So we in this section, bro, and I'm seeing nothing but supermodels. I'm like, yo, nah, like, and the thing is, I know the supermodels because they super like petite and like they look crazy. I'm like, oh yeah.
Female?
Then this white man comes out the creases like passing me shots. Next thing you know, this girl comes up to me. She's like, you know who that is? I'm like, nah, who is that? Like, bro, she pulled she pulled the purse, the little Jacquemus joke. Hey, that's him. I'm like, that's him, man. Bro, I'm looking up his Instagram. I'm like, that's him, bro. I got a picture of him on my phone, like right now. Like we in the bro. I got a picture of him on my phone right now. Feel me? I will show the folks on the camera right now, but I ain't going. You know what I'm saying? But having in Milan, stay in Milan, so I ain't gonna do that. But yeah, we was litty.
That's crazy. Hey, nah, I gotta see that after this though. I gotta see that.
I got you. I send it to you.
Beast, y'all, that's hard, bro. His clothes hard, bro. And like his bags for women, like them joints go crazy.
Got the little the mini bags. So when you try to it's enough just for the phone, the lip gloss, and the keys. You just throw that.
I know he made clothes. I thought he was just bags.
Clothes.
Oh, the clothes.
Damn. I might got a cop stuff for bro then. I got a cop.
Crazy. What else I got?
The uniform.
Oh, another Paris hidden gem called Uniform Paris. Uniform Paris goes stupid. Look it up right now. Yep, look it up. The prices might be crazy, but just look at it. Like it's fleet. And what's the other one I got? Lavin?
Lavin?
What's it? Lavin?
Lanvin?
Yeah. Lavin Paris. Yep. No, not Lavin. No, that wasn't that. It was Sandro Paris. Paris.
I heard about that in some rap songs before. I heard about that before. I think somebody rapped about it.
Like you saw what I wore in my my baby shower?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was Sandro.
Okay, that overseas drip for the making them people. Yeah. Making them people.
Sandro. What else? I got a bunch of hidden gems out there. I usually like I go to Kif and like they be having like the Kif in Paris, bro. Yep. Like they be having all the drip in there, like just all the different like designers in there. I just
went to the Kif in Tokyo like last week. I was at the Kif in Tokyo and I joined ass some there too. Yeah, crazy stuff, bro. Crazy stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back. Yeah. Man. But I can't go too crazy, man. I
Right.
mess around, spend my whole check in there. Be
Man,
bad.
man.
Nah, man, but you have your own brand, and that you started in Hano Clothing Company, and for you, man, just talk
Yeah.
about that. Like, what inspired you to start that? Like, I mean, like I said, I think being from DMV, like I think we always been putting it on, you know what I'm saying? But for you,
Yeah.
what inspired you to kind of get into the fashion lane, you know what I'm saying, and start your own brand?
Honestly, bro, it happened because we was bored one day during COVID. So we bored one day during COVID. I get back from overseas, and me and my girl, we in the house at my dad's house, and we had we was like, man, you trying to make some hoodies? And she was like, yeah. So we went to the store. We got some Walmart gilded hoodies, and we got some what we get some what was it? What we get? So we got some tie-dye. And so we how we do it? I forgot. You wet the hoodies. We wet the hoodies up, put them in water, and then we just sprayed we just sprayed. You just tie dye on them joints. Let them joints. We let them joints dry, and then like we ordered some like patches like off Amazon, right? We ordered some patches off Amazon. Iron them joints on. There's like iron on patches. Fire though. Iron them joints on. They was just posting them joints, bro. And then my DMs just started going stupid. And it's like, bro, you selling these? I was like, yeah. We made like 10 of them joints. Them joints were sold in like 30 minutes, all 10 of them. Hold up. What's up with this? We didn't think nothing of it. So we got bored another day. We did it on we did some more hoodies. This time we made like 20 of them. Did the same thing. Then posting them joints, then like an hour, them joints sold. We like, all right, we gotta do something about this. Like this job like getting crazy. So like we just kept going with it ever since then. Like, and then we went from like we started off with the tie-dye stuff, like the tie-dye hoodies, shirts, shorts. And then like we just started like really like selling it down, like, all right, what we want to do. And then we just came up with the Hano. We came up with the name Hano. Like we searched for names for a long time, but the Hano just hit. Because my grandma always said like she wanted me to like create a business like with something to like do with God or whatever. She Christian, you know what I'm saying, in the church. I always grew up in the church, so I'm like, all right, let me see what I can do for grandma. So then Hano hit me, boom, and then in German it mean a gift from God. I was like, yeah, that's it right there. It's Hano hard, and then everybody gonna ask, dang, what Hano mean? And then in German it mean a gift from God. So spanked them right there. And then we and then yeah, we just started taking off from there. At first we started doing our own logos, like doing our own logos on the computer. I was like, dang man, this one time consuming. I'm hooping, I'm doing all this other stuff. I got a lot going on. So then I hired a little graphic designer. So all my new stuff now, like I got a graphic designer doing everything. Like I come up with the idea that I want, I tell him, and he just created for me. So that's how that started, and like it's been booming now. Like everybody, for real, everybody back home be wearing it. My dudes in the league be wearing it. Like a whole bunch of famous people. Like it's really going up. So I'm just trying to keep going with it. Now I'm trying to have the whole world in it.
So being that, you all started it during the pandemic, did that add any additional challenges, or did it kind of in a way make the pandemic a little bit more enjoyable? Because now it's like, okay, it's this thing I get to wake up every morning, create. I mean, of course you're still playing basketball, still working out when you can, but like something else to look forward to while everybody just, making it seem like it's this gloomy time, but here you are, creating all these things.
Yeah, it was like it was a fun time for me. The pandemic was fun. Like we doing all that creating, like it gave us something else to do. Like I couldn't really get in the gym like that, so I'm shooting outside on the court on my dad's court, and then I'm like, dang, what else can I make today for the clothes? So it just gave me something else to do and enjoy the pandemic, and like shoot, it just opened up my creativity even more. Because I like creating things and stuff like that. So that just gave me like a little more downtime, you know what I'm saying, to focus on like my craft like that.
So like I mean, you just mentioned it in your previous response about how like you had a bunch of players in the league wearing your stuff. I always see you repost people, man. I'd be like, damn, my boy, he doing all right, man. People launching that joint for real.
Yeah.
So for you, like, how has that felt for you, man? Like just seeing something that you started on a whim on a lazy pandemic day, and then seeing it receive the support that it has from people playing in the league and people wearing it all over the world. Like, what does that mean to you? For just
Nah,
seeing where it started.
it's lit, bro. Like I just to wake up, like dang, Miami Heat was posting on their page. My boy Haywood. I'm like, dang, that's tough. Like, babe, she hit me. She'll send me the pic. She'll send me like this story. Like, dang, look, the Heat just posted Haywood. I'm like, yeah, that's lit. And then like another day, like the Bengals, they post my boy T Higgins. I'm like, dang, like this joint really taking off. Like people really seeing it. Like it just shows like all the hard work paying off, and like people like and people like I'm just glad like my stuff ain't trash. Like, because like if my joint was trash and that joint was out there, like I don't know how I feel, but like know that I'm putting out good quality stuff. That mean a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I take my time, and when I put out stuff, like I just don't be trying to put out stuff just to get it out there. Like, I really be trying to take my time and like make sure like the quality there, everything. Mine is quality over quantity.
One thing, man, like obviously, like I said, so you got your own brand, you kind of got your own influence and like, your vision as far as where you want, how you want the clothes to look and things like that. Do you feel like
Yeah.
being in Europe at all and like seeing it, for example, what you've seen in Paris or now being in Italy, seeing the things that the fashion scene has going on out there? Do you think any of that has kind of influenced your brand, or have you kind of taken anything from the overseas swag to try to incorporate that into the clothes that you make?
Yeah, for sure. I got some stuff up my sleeve, bro. Like I'm just waiting. Like I got so much stuff in the arsenal, bro. Just cooking up. But no, I definitely got some influence from Paris for sure. Italy, I ain't get to experience too much yet. I gotta go to Milan and experience Milan. But I'm going to Rome next week, so I'm gonna see what they talking about there and see what I can piece together. You know what I'm saying? Because I heard Italy, like the Italy got some swag, especially like Milan. So I want to see like the difference, between the two.
Thanks. Um, Man, I mean, I think the question that's on my mind is just like, what's the vision for Hano, right? Like, obviously, you're playing right now, right? You're a full-time hooper. It's not like you hoop on the side like
Yeah,
this, and you're playing at a high level, And for
yeah,
me, I think this is, just speaking on me personally, I feel like this economy right now is such a unique time for players where you see a bunch of players that are stepping into a bunch of different avenues. Like if you look in the league right
yeah,
now, you got dudes like Jordan Clarkson, who's like an ambassador for Lululemon, in the fashion scene. Kyle Kuzma is doing Tiffany brands and Puma fashion shows and all type of stuff, And for
yeah,
you, being a player, obviously in the overseas lane and starting your own fashion brand, like what do you feel like that looks like for you, down the line, right? Like, ideal, best case scenario, like, where do you see Hano going? And how do
yeah,
you kind of plan on incorporating that, into your playing career? Because at the end of the day, they're both large parts of who you are today. And I think that
yeah,
there's no better time than the present to be a basketball player and be multi-dimensional and kind of especially step into that fashion lane now, especially.
yeah. So like for Hano, like at this point, like Hano's like a part of me, like it's a part of my brand, like it's a part of my family. So like I more so do it for the enjoyment of me and like people like enjoying it. You know what I'm saying? So like I don't really do it for like the clout or like the money or whatever. Like I don't really care about like making money from it and stuff like that. I just care like to see people like wearing my stuff. Like that's them, that's him or that's her, and like Marcquise Reed or that's them and Taylor Reed shirt or jeans or something like that. So just to know that my name is on some beyond basketball is would do for me.
That's dope. That's
Are we
dope.
gonna get baby gear anytime soon, or are we just
Yeah,
gonna
yeah, yeah. I'm cooking. I'm
the
cooking.
adult
I'm cooking
people?
it up too. You know, people.
Oh no, I don't have nobody in mind, but I was just thinking you might as well do the baby gear. I mean, people they need
Oh,
their babies and all types of stuff, Gucci,
yeah.
Supreme, all types of stuff. Might as well put them in yours too.
Facts. Facts. That's facts. Yeah. Like I said, it's a lot. It's a lot of stuff up the sleeve.
Say no more, man. We definitely got to give Wifey her flowers too on the podcast because, like I said, this was a brand that was started by both of you guys, and definitely want to give
Facts.
her flowers for her her role and everything. And like I said, man, flowers to her, man, and flowers to y'all just for everything you guys are doing with your brand, man. But kind of bringing it all together, man, to a close a little bit. I wanted to kind of end the show on this, obviously you talked a lot about it in the beginning of the podcast, just about one of your first mentors, right? And Rick, and just
Yeah.
the impact that he's had on your life. And I feel like I can say the same, just on everything that Rick's helped me do, just navigating certain situations. For me personally, I can say that I know for a fact I wouldn't be here where I am today playing overseas basketball if it wasn't for Rick helping me navigate through my whole senior year situation at Quinnipiac with my back injury and the red shirt and getting the cop and all that, and being able to have that last year that I had that ended up propelling me to be able to be a pro, and even just outside of basketball, man, just if it wasn't for Rick, me and you wouldn't even know each other for real. Bringing all of us together, and Ace and Wiley and Corey and Rodney and everybody, from like it's crazy because we all from the same place, but we didn't all really connect. You feel me? If it wasn't for Rick bringing us all together, man. So I wanted to just talk about, just give my man Rick his flowers, man, because I think a lot of folks from the DMV might not know the impact that he's had on a bunch of kids' lives, So I just wanted to give you opportunity to kind of talk about that, man, and just talk about the impact that EDAS, Teen Society, that Rick's whole thing has had on you.
No, Rick a real one, bro. Like for the first time I stepped in the gym, like he been sincere and a real dude. Like I went to an open gym because of my coach, rest in peace, Van Winfield, sent me to an open gym at Greenbelt. And Rick happened to be there. And some coaches ended up being there. So I ended up chopping it up with Rick afterwards. And like it was up ever since then. And what I can say about Rick, like he really in it for you. Like he ain't in it for nothing else, like no clout, no fame, no money. He ain't never asked me for a dime. Like he just wanted the best for the kid, you know what I'm saying? And he was gonna do whatever it takes for you to succeed, you know what I'm saying? He basically like poured everything he had into us, bro. Like no matter what our situation was, what different steps or like parts of life we was in, like he was there to help us take that next step. And which is why a lot of us is doing what we do now. Like a lot of us still hooping. A lot of us got jobs because of Rick. Like he put us in a position to get jobs. Like people coaching now. Like there's a whole bunch of stuff everybody doing right now. Like we all went our different routes, but it all leads back to the centerpiece of Rick, like branching us out everywhere to be successful. So like flowers to Rick, man. And Rick, he got he coaching the middle school and stuff.
Yes, sir.
And so and now I'm a little sponsor for them. So like that felt real good to like give back to a dude like that to help me get to where I'm at today. So shout out my man Rick.
That's dope, man. Yeah, I think I definitely agree with everything you said, man. But can't give Rick too much proper head because his head gonna get big. You know what I'm saying? So I let him know if this is Rick, you still bum, you still can't shoot. You know what I'm saying? I'm still waiting to see if you can coach this here on that middle school team. You feel me? I'm gonna put it on air, man. If you're gonna be Penny Hardaway, you gonna be who? Like, what you gonna do, man? How you gonna do all this talents you got? You got little Ricky on the mob.
You still owe me some meals on the E-Days card.
Oh God, me too. So when I come home, we get the swipes. You feel we coming to the show, Rick?
Telling you.
Nah, for sure, man. But now this has been a great conversation, man. I definitely love chopping up with you, and getting to talk to wifey a little bit, from the side, getting her input as well. You know what I'm saying? So definitely shout out to y'all, man. I'm proud of you, bro. I'm proud of everything you've been able to accomplish, seeing you get buckets, all over the world, literally. You know what I'm saying? So keep doing what you're doing, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we've been locked in since we was teenagers. So to see us now as men, you got a family now, is definitely a pleasure to me, man. So like I said, keep doing what you're doing. I'm proud of you, bro. And like I said, I know I'm gonna see you soon in the summer, for sure.
For sure. Appreciate it, family. Appreciate y'all for having me, man. Y'all stay safe, stay blessed. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Alrighty, guys. This has been another episode of the What's in Your Bag podcast presented by Bet Online. Make sure you guys are liking this podcast, subscribing to this podcast, giving us a 5-star rating. It does go a long way. If you listen to this podcast, just go ahead and tap that 5-star rating. Subscribe if you're on YouTube, wherever you're seeing this at. It definitely goes a long way to helping this podcast get pushed out, man. And this is gonna be my guy, Pull Up Tay, on the outro. So make sure you guys stream his music. That was him on the intro as well. And we'll catch you guys next time, folks. Peace. This has been another episode of the What's in Your Bag podcast presented by Bet Online.